Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into RM or Namjoon Baby and him kind of addressing BFree, who is a rapper, and what happened between him and BTS. I have a lot of thoughts on this and I think there is definitely something we can learn from this situation. I also wanted to get into a video of Jin and some of the other boys with their shaved heads looking ready for the military. I also have a lot of thoughts on this. So grab your dumpling tea spilling mug merch and let's jump into the tea. If you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell also so you'll be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. The first thing I want to get into is a rapper named BFree. Now if you don't know who he is a rapper, but I am not fully aware if he is still rapping. I haven't seen anything from him for a long time and I suppose he could just be taking a long break. However, interestingly enough, he is not known as a rapper but more as a BTS hater. Now just to give some backstory within the hip-hop community, it seems not only in just America but in Korea too, it is seen as being a sellout or not being a real rapper if you go into pop, because pop music is more commercially accepted and can make you a lot of money. Hence why BTS is making a lot of money. And being a rapper, especially at the time, is extremely difficult to make a living or earn a lot of money quickly. However, being a pop star is not easy. It's not anyone and any person can just be like, I want to be a pop star, and suddenly they are. There's probably rappers that want to get into pop but can never do it, i.e. there's something you need to be a pop artist. There's a certain look you need. The look typically needs to be relatable but also pretty, and then being a pop star also means being diverse, being able to create music that changes with pop culture. It's not easy, and these rappers often make it seem like it's an easier route to be a pop star when it's actually almost easier to stay a rapper, because it's what you know, it's what you're familiar with, and it's something you don't plan on changing. And pop is always changing. But just to give context to what BFree's comment might be coming from, I literally don't agree, but BFree said way back when BTS first debuted, I believe, that RM and Suga sold out, and basically asking the question, is BTS hip-hop? Which the answer is no. I don't think they ever were fully in that genre. Suga and RM were underground rappers that probably did hip-hop, but BTS as a group was not considered hip-hop. But then BFree goes into saying that BTS is just a bunch of girls wearing makeup on stage, and saying, is this really hip-hop? Okay, first off, girls in hip-hop on stage can't wear makeup? Who made up this rule? Second of all, men can't wear makeup in hip-hop? Who made up that rule? Just these silent rules kill me. Is there a rule book somewhere? Where can I purchase it? Now, of course, even at the time, people were mad because BTS obviously didn't deserve this, but no one deserves this type of comments, right? And then soon after, BFree released his statement after ARMY demanded an apology, and basically said that if ARMY were thinking about these comments for more than 20 minutes, that they need to get a boyfriend. First off, that's to insinuate that only girls were listening to BTS, so that's not entirely true. I believe I am a dude. I do like girls too, so there's that. Second of all, the comment affects men a lot because BTS are men, and it affects Korean culture. Men in South Korea wear makeup. It's a normal thing. You go into a Korean skincare shop, 9 times out of 10, if they see a guy come in, they might offer the guy some BB cream or foundation. It is seen as polite to look presentable in Korea, male or female. Also, then to insinuate that any male idol on stage wearing makeup is a girl, as if there's something wrong with being a girl, but also as if male idols don't wear makeup on stage, in literally where? Like even in Hollywood, every male actor, pop star, all of them wear makeup on stage. You're not going to see a single celebrity at the Met Gala not wearing makeup. If you're going to say manly men don't wear makeup, even American country singers wear makeup when they're on stage. Of course, BFree continued to get hate as his career continued, and even to this day, I think a lot of people continue to hate. He then went ahead and apologized about a year ago and mentioned how he now knows what he said was wrong, and says that he acknowledges the comments were not appropriate. And he didn't have to say those things. I think the apology is fine. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt and say immaturity is just a part of life, and we've all said bad things in our life, probably. His words will continue to haunt him because BTS is so popular now. RM did address this, or what people believe was him addressing this comment, in one of the Cypher songs. The lyrics he said were translated to say, "Youngs who are sick with pride and strange beliefs get lost after 8 measures. You old caterpillars, I'll give you this beat, you give it a try." BFree, I believe, is about 35 or 36, so he is older than RM. So when referring to youngs, RM was probably likely referring to people like BFree. This wasn't at the point where RM or BTS wouldn't be aware of these comments. These comments were made when there weren't too many people talking about BTS, and any idol saying anything about BTS would definitely make its way back to BTS's ears. Since then, RM has addressed the hate comments in interviews and whenever asked. RM talked about in Entertainment Tonight how his ears are always itching, and that even in this particular moment, there are people who are saying negative things and hating. And unfortunately, it's not even just back then. Hate comments have progressively been getting worse and worse now that the pandemic had hit and people were at home with nothing to do. People are literally getting canceled every day. Like, there is some public figure that is being canceled every day and has to apologize. And it's so weird because back then, if anyone got canceled, it's immediate news. But because people are getting canceled so much, the news can't cover everyone. And it's become such a problem because we shouldn't be looking for things to cancel people for. If you have to dig or make stuff up or say rude comments about someone, this is not acceptable. Cancel someone for something that they did now. Stop looking for a reason to cancel someone. I don't understand this takedown culture we have. Why do people enjoy doing this? But either way, I am glad BTS is not too affected by this now and hopefully not traumatized. I think they were a little hurt in the beginning and thus even had such a verse. But they don't address such things directly like that anymore, and I think it's because when you're that big, what comments exactly are going to hurt? That BTS wears makeup? Yeah, they'll do their makeup with $100 bills and cry about your comments with their $100 bills. I think they can definitely afford to take a break if they want to. I know how difficult it must be to take a break now when there's so many haters. Because the moment you take a break, they're proving everyone right. But sometimes you just have to ignore these people and do what you're obligated to do. One of these things is going to the military. Unfortunately, if they go, there are going to get comments from haters like, look, they disappeared, they couldn't last here in America. But it's like, whatever. Recently, someone did these deep fakes online that were shocking. If you don't know what deep fakes are, they are when you take someone's face and put on someone else's body in videos. So they do this in Hollywood with a lot of people like Paul Walker, who died before he finished his movie, so they added his face in the end scene of Fast and Furious. But recently, this type of technology exists outside of Hollywood, and a lot of people have access to it now. So someone took BTS's face and added it to BTS in the military, and we have clips of Jungkook, J-Hope, Taeyang, RM, Suga, Jimin, Jin, and all that with shaved buzz cut hair and in military uniform. They showed Jin with his head all shaved off. Now, I don't know if he will actually look like this, but it really looks like he shaved his head and it matches him so perfectly. I kind of wish after seeing this video that there might be some photo that might be leaked of the boys during training and we can see if they actually did shave their head. Well, they are going to, but I want to see what it looks like. They look really hot. Of course, when they come back after the military, this is not going to be the look they are going to keep if they want to go back into the spotlight as pop artists. So I would love to see it before they transform back. If they look anything like these deep fakes, then they are no doubt going to be super handsome and be able to pull off these looks. I don't know what it is about a pop artist where it's so trendy to have long hair. I think it's just maybe appealing to a lot of people, and people can say things like, oh, so-and-so has beautiful hair. I think there was this study back then that girls tend to look at guys' hair, while I don't think guys care so much about girls' hair. And usually a boy group is trying to appeal to girls, but I typically like guys who cut their hair shorter. I think it looks hot to see an undercut or a shaved head. I love it. So I can't wait for this possibility. I might just downright apply to be a Korean citizen so I can enlist and stare at BTS. I'm joking, of course. Why would I do that when I see my hobbies every day without going to the military? I'm kidding. But it doesn't seem too far from what a sensitive fan might do. But hey, if you go and stare at BTS but not ever bother them, not ever take pictures and nothing, then I think that it is kind of okay. Like, you're one of the nicer ones. But yeah, don't do things like that. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving the comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check that out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here. This is due to copyright or getting taken down, so I do keep it over there on my Patreon. You can get videos over there like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also request things you would like to see over there. We also have a great time interacting with each other over there. So if you're interested in any of that, link is in the top of the description down below. There is also a video over there that kind of goes over how you can support this channel even more if you would like to do that. So make sure you go over there and check it out. Also, there's 2 videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.